Right, so this is a video about a fire lighting kit. Now again, like the food procurement kit, this isn't a small kit for carrying every day. This is like a larger kit for a bug out bag, or if you was going like camping for an extended period of time or anything like that, or you know, survival practice, or going out bushcrafting, you know, something you'd put in a bag. So I'll show you what I got in here and show you a couple of the things which are slightly different. So I'll get it all out first. Plenty more you could add to this as well. This isn't like a, you know, the be all and the end of it all. Just some stuff and simple stuff what most people could probably get. So first of all, a bit of tin foil. Now that might seem a bit weird, but that is so if it's wet and rainy or the ground's bad, you can put that down and start building the beginnings of your fire on this, and you know you've got something dry. You may only be able to use it once, or you may be able to light your fire on it, small fire, and then kind of tip it off or something. But that would give you a dry base to start with. Then I've got a candle. Now a candle, if you've got matches and you don't want to keep lighting one after the other, you can just light your match and then light your candle, and then use that to light your fire or whatever. Same as the lighter. Just light your candle, you don't have to keep wasting the gas and the flint. So also a lighter. I want one a smaller one of these, but at the time this is what I've got. And I've got this. I've made this out of Kydex myself, and it's a fake Zippo lighter. This one currently hasn't got fuel in it. A fake Zippo lighter and a shotgun cartridge matchbox with matches and a striker. And if you wanted to, you can slip that out of there and keep that separately. But with that, you got your matches, and you can also light things with the spark from this, which I've done quite a few times. Then I've also got just a little striker from a clipper lighter. These are ultra small little things, and just about light a fire with them. The spark isn't particularly bright, but you can light things like cotton wool and that easily, or really dry tinners if you fluff them up. Or maybe other people could light whatever with them, but that's just my experience. Cotton pads there. Now, I was going to put in some of the cotton pads mixed with candle wax, but to be honest I couldn't find them. But I probably would put these in there as well. Also, some of this green string. I'll show you that in a minute. And this block of wood. I'll tell you that in a minute, a bit more. Then I've got potassium permanganate and glycerine in those. Try and keep those far apart as possible. I normally put one in a bag, then have one in this bag. Surprisingly good fire starter that is. You know, the weird thing is, I thought to me that was an old technique, and I showed that to a couple of people and they couldn't believe it, like as if they'd never seen it before. But strange. A flint striker or a steel striker. My flint's not in the bag, but you could put some flint with it, or you'd carry a striker, and if you come across flint, then use it. And your normal ferro rod with striker. Right, so obviously the cotton wool is, you know, it's easy to understand what that is. But the only thing I wanted to show you was the block of wood and the string. So basically what you do with this is you kind of use it similar to fat wood. Now depends if you've got a sharp enough knife and you could shave bits thin enough to light it with a ferro rod. If you can't, you've got your lighter. But if you've got this nice dry bit of wood, it just gives you something to help in the first place when you're lighting your fire. So like I said, if you can get these curls good, and small and thin, you should be able to light it with a ferro rod. If not, you got a lighter, you just use it like that and then just light it just to start your fire. Now the string, you just get a bit off. That's why I put this string on here as well with knots in it, so you could cut a bit off and then you still got your knotted bit beyond it. You probably have to keep the last one. And get your bit of string. This is just ordinary kind of green garden twine, I think they call it that. Just pull it all apart. And this might go from the spark of your lighter. If not, your ferro rod should do it easily. Try it with a ferro rod. You see it lit, that lit went up fast. So that green string is good as tinder, definitely. And that's nothing been done to that at all, that's just ordinary green twine. I think it's only green because it's been dyed, to be honest. But that does nothing to how flammable it is. So that's the contents of a little fire kit. To be honest, if you got the patience, you probably could have lit that with the striker or the lighter. And if you got a sharp enough knife to make the curls really small, you could light that with a ferro. I've done it before. Sometimes I just can't do these things on video. But all that is just an ordinary dry piece of pine, which pine is relatively flammable anyway, so just shave it off. As long as that's dry, that gives you something to start with straight away. Right, cheers for watching. I'll see you later.